Hello viewer. I've decided to do another review video. I'm bored, I want to kill some time. I'm not sure why I picked Mouthwashing. It's a violent and kind of depressing game. And I kind of hate talking about it and I'm thinking about it, but yeah, here it is. So I'll just tell you immediately what I think about the game without spoilers, so hopefully it might help you decide if you want to play it. You don't have to watch the video besides this. I didn't really care about mouthwashing too much. I don't think it's bad. It's short, it's got an effective story, it's well paced, it's not boring at all. It has a couple of jump scares which I really don't like as a game design choice, but it's not obnoxious about it. It's quite violent and gross, and it's kind of cruel. It's pretty depressing. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. In general, it's an alright little experience. That said, I wouldn't recommend it to any normal person because they'd absolutely hate it. But if you're kind of a fucking weirdo and you don't mind the short length of it and you're in the mood for something weird, I would recommend it. Anyway, I'll get into a bit more details about the game from this point on, so expect spoilers. You might want to skip the rest of the video if you plan on playing this. So yeah, just consider yourself warned. So what is Mouthwashing? It's an experimental psychological horror game. It was developed by a Swedish dev studio called Wrong Organ. It's kind of a name, it's a name. I did just a little bit of research on them and found that they are basically just a bunch of weirdos. They like to make like surreal and, to be honest, kind of slightly disgusting games. Before Mouthwashing, they made a game called How Fish is Made, which just by its name kind of evokes images of pulsating fish eggs and slimy little tadpoles swimming around. I didn't play it, but I did take a little look-see on Steam about it, and it looks kind of slimy, a bit filthy and disgusting, in a way like a used condom is filthy. Or like just a barely usable public toilet. It's a pretty ugly game. From what I gathered, you play as a fish and you like tumble around various orifices of junk and industrial equipment. And I noticed that the eyeball guy from Mouthwashing is in the game as well, so I'm guessing they all exist in the same universe. Anyway, that's about all I know about Wrong Organ. They got two weird little games under their belt. But this is about Mouthwashing, and Mouthwashing is a game which is about a crew of a freight starship called Turple, or Turgle, something like that. Their ship gets hit by a meteor, or to be more precise, it gets rammed into a meteor or a planetoid, and it gets all fucked up. Most of the crew members survive the crash just fine. Well, to be more precise, all of the crew members survive the crash, but the captain, called Curly, he gets really fucked up. He's the guy in the bandages with the eyeball. He's basically the mascot of the game. Now you, as the player character, you actually play as Jimmy. He's number one. The Riker to his Picard, you know? And the rest of the crew consists of a fat guy who's the ship mechanic. There he has a young Japanese guy who's his like junior mechanic, like his student or a subordinate or like a, practicee. And there's a nurse on board called Anya, I believe. So yeah, I'm writing this a couple of days, well, multiple days or even weeks after I finished the game, so I already forgot what they're called. I am certain the captain is called Curly and that your name is Jimmy. Anyway, you get stranded in space on your weird fucking ship with Curly in the sickbay, all like immobile and horribly disfigured and in constant pain, like a sort of a reminder of horrific torture and just cruelty. And you basically spend your days just slowly drifting deeper and deeper into insanity. From time to time you kill some time by having like birthday parties, you mix some cocktails, and the whole story is followed by getting drunk on mouthwash, which is basically the entire cargo load of your ship. It's what you were transporting. It's just endless and endless crates of mouthwash in your cargo bay. So the story, it's kind of depressing. It's kind of violent. It's gory. It's cruel. But as I said, it's cruelty that a person who like never experienced real cruelty would think it is. Kind of just bordering on torture porn. The story can be open for interpretation, I think, but I'm not the type of person to look too much into the symbolism of what it all means. If there even exists a deeper message, there might not be. Mouthwashing is a first-person game. You play from the first-person perspective. It contains some light puzzling. There's a couple of stealth / like avoidance sections in the game. There's even a little shooter section in the game. So I'd say the gameplay overall is quite diverse for what the game actually is and how short it is. And I found that the various gameplay sections are well spaced. That helps to keep the pacing of the game just really tight, and the game is generally quite interesting. Like, it pushes you along, it makes you want to keep playing and just to see what's next and what you'll experience next. The game itself is not particularly challenging, but from time to time it can be a bit unclear on how to exactly do certain sections of the game. By this, I mean, it's all fine, more or less, but I still, to be honest, have no idea how I actually managed to avoid the sequence with the aborted worm fetus monster at the very end of the game. I just basically darted around the vents randomly and finished the section. I don't know if I was supposed to do it like that. Maybe it was like the entire idea, just the sheer randomness of it, just to keep you on your toes or whatever. I just didn't like understand it at all. I had a feeling like I stumbled my way through it. I mean, if they want it to be just random, it's a legit choice, if that's the case, but I kind of felt that getting randomly trampled by a rolling like a sausage of PlayStation 1 polygons was getting a bit obnoxious after you keep dying from it. Now, obviously you can see that Mouthwashing has a very distinct visual style. It's all like PS1 blocky pixelated stuff. I love like having just regular normies like look at this game and saying like, oh, this game looks like shit. Like this looks like something from '89, without realizing that actually that was the point. Like it's kind of fun for me. So yeah, I'd say like the visuals are great. Like, they're really quite nice. They're consistent throughout. I really like how the blockiness like works with the lighting in it. It all comes like really nicely together for a nice like a retro PS1 atmosphere with like slightly red tinted colors and stuff. Yeah, I think the game looks great. The corridors of the ship are a bit samey, but I think it's all generally quite fine. The rooms that you visit are simple but distinct enough. So yeah, the game looks good to me. The sound's also fine. The sound effects are good. The sound, I don't think it's that really memorable. It's doing its purpose. It's all right. Well, one exception to non-memorable is the intro song. I liked it quite a lot. So yeah, just have a listen. It's quite good, I think. So yeah, I mean, Mouthwashing is quite a short game. It's there's not that much to say about it. Well, maybe there are people who do like hour-long analysis of it, etc. But for me, I bought it and decided to play it because I saw that it has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That was basically one of the reasons I decided to get it. And also I just thought the whole mouth-washing bit was so random and weird that I kind of wanted to experience it for myself. I have to say the game was interesting enough for me to actually finish it. But to be honest, I didn't think it was anything revolutionary as the Steam reviews make it out to be. As I said, its story is kind of confusing, but not really. It's pretty violent. It's kind of depressing. As a walking simulator story type game, I found it nowhere near as good as, say, 1000 Times Resist, which I played on my channel before, which I thought had really excellent story, really one of my favorite walking simulator type games. So yeah, it doesn't compare to something like that as a walking simulator, but then again, it's not completely a walking simulator. I did like some of the dialogues between the characters. I thought they were well written. I think the devs did a really good job of not making the dialogues like too long and just annoying. They just kept them nice and short and concise enough to be informative, but still not too distracting. I also felt like the game does a really good job of slowly dragging you in and actually visualizing the slow mental collapse of the characters. I thought that it did it well. The game is not linear, the timeline is not linear, so it skips a lot. So yeah, just the editing of it I thought was quite good. Like the pacing is quite good. The atmospherical, sort of psychological horror sections are also quite effective. Well, that's the entire game basically. It's quite effective. The action sequences it contains are kind of clunky, and I didn't really like them, but they did work as a way to break up the gameplay and keep it interesting. So yeah, I did like the visuals, I did like the sound, as I mentioned before. Yeah, in general, mouthwashing is okay, I guess. I don't really use a number system to rate stuff, but in general, I wouldn't recommend the game to any normal person. But if you're looking for something different and you're a bit out there yourself, like, then sure, just go ahead and play Mouthwashing. It's alright. It's alright. Well, that's it, viewer. It's a short one. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.